My name is Shukri Abdirahman. I just recently got elected for Androscoggin County Commissioner in Maine. I will be serving on the Board of Commissions for 4 years. And yeah, so I'm excited to take on this role and see what it brings. Okay, this is a quote. I'll go. You will do great things in life, no matter where you go. Do not forget your mother. Do not forget your sisters, and family is the #1 important thing in this life. I will no longer be with you as I am battling my last stages of liver cancer. Never give up on your education and go as far as you can. I believe in you, Shukri, and you will help many people. My father was a fierce advocate for education, although he himself never got formal education. He advocated for my sisters and I to fight child marriage and encouraged us to pursue higher education. My father was a village man, but he had big dreams. He instilled those big dreams in me. From the time I was in the refugee camp, I started to dream about a better world, and my sense of justice grew from witnessing many injustices happening at the Dadaab refugee camp. Thank you. Including the rape of my aunts, the necessity of my uncles hunting in dangerous territories with low survival rate. From the age of 5, when I became a victim of FGM, female genital mutilation, to when I was 12, sexually abused by a family member, I have built resilience and developed a strong relationship with survival and overcoming adversity. The moment that changed my life forever was when I awoke in the morning ready to go to school and looked out the window and saw it snowed intensely. This was the year of 2013. That year, in the midst of winter, in February 2013, I had lost my father. I was only 13 years old when I went to my 7th grade class Wednesday morning and was dismissed due to my father taking his last breath. At first, I was in denial and believed my father would overcome his illness. But as time went on, I realized that my father would never return or get better. He was perfect to count on. I had learned to become an incredibly hardworking young woman and developed a deep sense of honor in overcoming obstacles. When I was in high school, I found out about college and the importance of a GPA during my junior year. I had not done well in my previous years and I decided to quickly improve my grades and class standing with the goal of attending college. I wanted to be the first person in my family to go to a university. I had to set the bar high for my 4 younger sisters to dream of going to college and pursuing their dreams. I pushed myself to improve my English language skills in order to advance from ELL, English Language Learners classes, and take more advanced mainstream courses. I was admitted into the University of Maine at Farmington. Attending university was a challenge that allowed me to overcome my biggest hurdle. It was the perfect opportunity to do hard things if I set my mind to it. I worked incredibly hard to earn decent grades, even though I had all the odds against me. I survived 2 years of my 4-year education when the coronavirus happened, and I had to take online classes for the remaining 2 years of my university education. Switching to remote learning was a complete challenge due to being at home and my family needing my help. My family needing my undivided attention and help. My family assumed since I was home, I had free time. I worked full-time as I was studying and helping my mother pay rent, helping my siblings purchase books and necessary items. I also participated in organizing and activism work in my community. When George Floyd was murdered, I organized a protest that turned out hundreds of people in my local town. I have been a fierce activist and advocate fighting for justice and for my community to have a belonging. I have been organizing and advocating since I was 17 years old. And I became involved through helping families facing deportation, racism, and discrimination against persons with disabilities. Justice and equality. Justice and equality are the core values I live by. I am passionate about helping individuals and communities learn how to build resilience, prosper, organize to advocate for better services and rights. I strongly advocate for more representation in government and all of the other sectors. The secret to beating the system is to be able to have the right people placed in the right places. We need people in power. Representation is a key fundamental to have more marginalized and underrepresented people to be in spaces they belong and be present. Due to my identity as a Black, Muslim, Somali, Bantu woman and a sister who wants to make just laws and fight for justice in the legal way, my sense of justice comes from my father, who was a kind and a fair man. I am who I am because of my father, who believed in me from a young age. My father was blessed with 7 girls and he treated me like a son, which in turn made me take responsibility in my family. I have done many different jobs along the way, but my biggest highlight was working as a case manager for Catholic Charities, the same organization that resettled my family when we came to this country. I also became a co-director at Maine Youth Power and building a political organizing program titled Movement Building School to turn out the youth vote in my state. My program is the only program in Maine to scale up and activate rural Mainers into movement building skills, movement organizing for the future. And this, another fun fact about this program that I designed, it was like I was able to get a $300,000 grant just by speaking to a white man and telling him, hey, we need this program in Maine. And he was like, I like your idea, and he just gave $300,000. So what does that tell you? That there's money is out there, money is never the problem. We have to go out there and seek what we need. We need representation too. Representation is so important. I've been in many places where I was the only person of color, the only person wearing hijab. It's lonely being in places where there's no one that looks like you. So I encourage everyone to join me and to chase their dreams. Thank you.